Welcome to CJWinter How-To video series. Here at CJWinter, we provide better tools, fast delivery, great service, and value. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the different control valve assembly. There's two basic ones, a 125-600 used for the 125 and 126 SA, and then 141-600 used for the rest of the attachments. We'll review the major components. We'll look at the proper attachment hookup, some basic troubleshooting, and all of these are recommended to be used with an 80 to 100 psi minimum pressure, and we need a 1/2 inch line ID connecting to the main hookup here on the control valve.
Okay, so when you get your attachment, you're gonna pull out your air control. You're gonna notice the gauge isn't on there. We ship it disassembled just so it doesn't get damaged during shipping. You're gonna get a bracket. This bracket's used to mount it on the machine. That should all be in the box when you get the control valve. And the regulator is designed so you can put the gauge on either side depending on how you're mounting the thread roll or the air control. So you have this is where you're gonna connect your main line, your feed line. You're gonna have your regulator that adjusts just by popping the cap, plus or minus. Lock it back down in place once you get to the 80 to 100 psi for operation. Then you go into the T here. You have a flow control for the purge line. If that's not being used, you want to lock that down. Okay, so then this black line is going to go to your three-way, which actuates the attachment. When this button gets hit, it sends the signal back through the attachment to change your direction of your four-way. There's another flow control here that changes your penetration rate. You'd speed it up, slow it down. The quicker you roll, the better off you are. You don't want to run that too slow, or you're going to just run into all kinds of problems. You want that opened up and snapping on and off. This black line on the bottom is for your return line from the attachment. Also comes back to the four-way, changes your direction of airflow in the four-way, which is this unit right here. You have air out, because that's where your flow control adjustment is, and then a return line and a return line. And here is a valve that moves up and down, opening up these valves to change your airflow for return on your attachment. This is called a one-shot. This is very critical for operation. This gets dirty or compromised, that could affect your cycle time on your attachment. You'll get you hit the button here, and it'll just real quick. The wedge won't go forward. Most of the time, it's this one shot getting clogged up and not working right. For hooking up to the attachment, when you get the air control harness, you're going to have 4 lines with quick disconnects. The white line is going to go on the adapter on the bracket. Just clip that on. The black line, quick disconnect, is going to go on the pilot valve. The red is going to go on your quick exhaust. Snap that on. This line has a quick disconnect on it. In order to hook it up to your purge line, you're going to have to remove that. There's a fitting on there. You can just screw it on, and then your purge line is controlled by the flow control back here. If you're not, like I said, if you're not using that, you want to lock that down so you're not losing air. And that's basically it. Things you want to look for if you're having problems where the attachment's not working right, or you're getting, you get a good part, bad part, like you get a string of good parts and all of a sudden you get a bad one. You want to check the lines to make sure they're not getting pinched off, especially the black, because that is your signal back to the four-way to tell the attachment to change direction. If that's getting crimped, you're not going to get full airflow. And if you find that it's crimped up anywhere in this area here, you can easily cut that off and rehook all your fittings back up and start running. So just make sure that these lines are not getting pinched off anywhere, because it's going to affect everything. How it's going to affect your roll pressure, consistency, all that stuff. There's a exhaust here on the three-way, which is mounted on the machine. If you're getting any kind of fluctuation on action 2, you may even want to check to make sure. If you have another control valve, just check to make sure that muffler's not plugged up. Or you could just disconnect the whole three-way and swap it out, see if your problems go away. Just to eliminate, just kind of troubleshoot your elimination of troubleshooting. And if you have bad air over time, that valve in here might get clogged up, and then your four-way won't work. We sell a kit that will, if that happens, you need a new four-way. We have a kit that includes the one shot, all the fittings, everything you see here, except for your flow control. You'll get the nipple and everything. So all you got to do is disconnect the lines. When you get your new one, replace it into the T here, put all your lines on, and you're ready to go with a new four-way.
And the filter regulator, you could also use that to get rid of any debris or moisture in there. Can you show that on the bottom?
Yeah, there's a plunger on the bottom of the globe here, the glass, and you just push that valve in and it'll purge the air line.
Please visit us at www.cjwinter.com for additional information.